Hello again and welcome to the Franchise Everything podcast where we talk about everything and anything in franchising. My name's Glenn Wolfen and I'm joined today by Nitin Khadalia, who's a franchise owner for Pack and Send. G'day Nitin.
Hello, how are you, Glenn?
Very well, thanks, very well.
That's good.
Thanks for joining us here. We're at the Franchising Expo and you can hear all the noise in the background and things happening. How's your weekend been so far?
Really exciting, and thank you for the opportunity. Yeah?
Pleasure, mate. So you're on the stand with Pack and Send and the team there. What are you doing on the stand
Correct,
here?
Yep. So I'm representing Pack and Send on a ground level. I own multiple franchises here, so we are basically trying to give as much as information we can to prospective people who are looking to get into the business.
Yeah.
So not just from the head office perspective, but also from the real experience as well. And that's the reason why I am here to give that real experience and explain about how it feels or what it means to be a franchise owner.
Yeah, and I love that. I'm seeing that with a few other brands, but to be honest, not a lot. And I think it should be more. I love it that Pack and Send has been doing it a little while now about bringing franchise owners, inviting franchise owners like yourself onto their stand at expos where they're effectively pitching and selling their franchises.
Yep.
To everyone coming in and talking about. So what sort of questions are people asking you? Have you had many chats?
Of course, yes. We had many questions getting asked, which were the same questions when I was trying to get into the business.
The things that you wanted to know.
The things which I wanted to know, right? And of course, people want to know how it feels, what's the lifestyle, how much investment, or what would be the earning, or what are the challenges, what are the positives. And I can see that people are really enjoying that conversation by having a straight from franchisee and mixture of head office's knowledge and direct from franchisee. It definitely helping people to understand more about how business works, how franchise business works as well. I'm very confident that we are clearing a lot of questions from people's head.
Yeah, it's a really important thing, isn't it? Because it changes the whole dynamic, I think, of it. When you're at a franchising expo, I suppose people are thinking that they'll come in here, franchise companies are going to be selling to them, telling them all the great things, but to be able to talk to someone who's got a business right now about what it's actually like.
Exactly,
yeah, it must be quite rewarding too. Are you enjoying it?
It is very enjoying. It's very, very satisfied. Very satisfying when I'm sharing my knowledge and I'm helping or I'm trying to help people who wants to get into the business. It's not always about money. It's about helping others as well. Same thing what we do at work. We help customers. And out of the work, of course, we want to help people who wants to achieve their dreams. And it's always about that single click or some questions get answered promptly and that's it. I'm very happy to do this. Yes.
Excellent.
I feel very proud to do this.
We actually go way back a little bit, don't we? We've known each other for a few years now.
Yes, we have. Yes.
I remember we came to film you, to interview you and everything about your business at the start of 2020. And it was about like February or something like that, just before that damn COVID started. Remember that?
Correct. Yes, I do remember. Yes. That's when we moved from our retail store to warehousing business.
Yes.
Still within the Pack and Send. Good problem I had. So we started back in 2018.
So you said, so this is a good intro into what we were going to talk about, wasn't it? So you started with Pack and Send in 2018 and you've actually got 3 stores now.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, so that was, you were in one store at that time when we interviewed you?
That is true, yeah. 2018 we started with a retail store. So it was a simple retail store in a retail street of Cheltenham. In 2 years' time, I overgrown and I had a really good problem that I had to move out. And
so the business was you'd
really,
outgrown that location.
Yes, business was definitely becoming very, very popular and customers keep coming. And other thing is like I was getting those challenges where I had to do some of the bigger jobs, which I was not able to do it at my normal retail location. So I had to pack some pallets at customer's warehouse. So I had to go out and pack pallets and pack containers. And I thought, you know what?
So why were you doing that? What was it? Just their orders were too big or the requirements were too broad?
Yes. So requirement was too big. Not my store wouldn't be able to fulfill that. And that's why I had to hire separate resources to do the job on site. And that's what made me think that okay, I need to move into the bigger location.
And this is the difference, and I think a lot of people, even people watching or listening, might not understand, but that pack and send in the logistics delivery that you do for logistics support that you do for people have a retail store level component and also about a larger warehousing. So can you explain the difference?
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. So pack and send is not just packing and sending business. Pack and send is a lot more than just packing and sending. We have multiple channels you can generate the income from. If you have a small store, you can still make money, you can still be satisfied, you can still do all the jobs. But if you have a bigger store, of course, opportunities just grows. We pack things, we sell packing material. Like right now I import containers as well. We send pallets as well. We export containers. We do a lot of furniture packaging as well. So pack and send is lot versatile, and it's basically a no limit business. So I can virtually do any job from anywhere. And I can have the customer from anywhere in any corner of the world.
So are you, with your warehousing now, so the retail and warehousing, a retail would be like just normal people like me coming off the street needing to send a painting or a picture or something like that. That was what I always thought of. But the warehousing stuff is, say, if I've got a business that is sending a lot of items out, you can hold that stuff and store it and send it out for us. Is that how it works?
That is true, yeah. So that's where we have developed, in a warehousing, we have developed a 3PL services. Which is a third-party logistic, 3PL. So what we do right now is we store goods on customers' behalf.
Yes.
So we do that on a smaller scale. People import the things. Let's say you're importing 5 pallets. You don't have a space at home or at work. You can store with us. Whenever your order lands, we pick the orders, we pack it, and we send it.
Okay.
Means you just concentrate on your business. You're not worrying about all these logistics things and all the courier things and all that. Leave all that worry with us. We do all that for customers. So that's what the 3PL is. Also, we do bigger scale as well as a packing or sending. So I have shipped, let's say, aeroplane wing. So I have sent a 6-meter long aeroplane wing as well.
So it's really specialist shipping stuff as well.
Special shipping stuff as well. So we provide those customized packing services too. So shipping any artwork. We have shipped so many expensive antiques. We have shipped like over 50,000 worth of vases, ultrasound machines. So you name it. And that's what I love about pack and send, because every morning I got something different.
Yes, different, something different to send somewhere.
It's not exactly, yes. It's not a simple clerical work. It's not going to work doing the same task every day. Every day is different. Every day new challenge. Every day fix that challenge and get the satisfaction.
Excellent. So I'd love to, now you've clearly got an accent. Okay, you got an accent. So I'd love to, where did the journey start? So you've got 3 stores now with Pack and Send, but
yes.
where did your journey start?
Long back. So I came to Australia in 2006. Come from automotive background, and I knew nothing about freight industry.
So from where? Where are you from?
I come from India, from western part of India. State is called Gujarat.
Yes.
And city is a small town of North Gujarat, is a Palanpur. So I come from Palanpur.
And you're in automotive back there?
I was in automotive back there. We still have the businesses there.
So what businesses did you have there?
We are in a workshop. Brothers running that. So I'm the youngest, 3 brothers. And I always had a desire to sort of, go out and learn something new and achieve some different things.
So what made you come to Australia in 2006?
It will be funny. Initially, I came for 5 years only.
Yes.
So that was my basic thinking that, okay, I'll go to Australia, I'll stay for 5 years. And so I applied for permanent residency when I was in India. So I applied like offshore skilled independent visa.
With your automotive experience?
With my automotive experience. And I got permanent residency approved in 8 months, and I wasn't even ready to fly.
Wow.
So it took me another probably a year to wind up what I was doing there and hand over everything to brothers.
So what were you going to do for 5 years? What was the plan for 5 years?
So plan was come here, work with automotive industry and obtain citizenship and learn new things about automotive industry and take all that knowledge back home and implement.
Okay.
But as like many, once you're in Australia, you don't like going back.
No.
So
Well, I can't speak for India, but yeah.
exactly. I still love India. I still visit India pretty much every year and a half.
Yes.
So I'm still in touch with India, and I still love.
And you go over for a few months, don't you? You were
I
saying
go at least a
previously to
month.
me.
At least
Yep.
a month, yes. But yes, now I can't leave Australia because I love it here too. So I have my feet on pretty much both countries, one in India, one in Australia.
Yes.
Kids all grown up as well. And I came here in 2006. So here it's me nearly 16 years, over 16 years,
Yeah.
and still here and no plan of going back now.
No. So when you were here in 2006, you automotive. So you jumped into automotive. How
Correct,
did you
yeah.
go?
So that's all I knew about what to do, basically. So I started my career as a mechanic. I was a mechanic in a small garage in Carnegie in a taxi depot. I worked there, then I worked for RACV as a battery technician. So I had my own van, and then I was...
Was that you coming out to help people like
That's
me when our
yes.
batteries
That's
needed
what I
our
used
dead
to
car?
do.
Yeah.
That's what
you,
I used
okay.
to do, batteries. And then working there for a couple of years, and then I started with a Ford dealer at Jefferson Ford in South Melbourne,
Yes.
and that's where I really got big exposure. So I started at
That's so much broader business. And
broader
seeing-
business,
yeah.
yes, exactly. So from RACV to Ford, I went into service advising. So that's when it took me about couple of years to get into the Ford dealership, but that's where I started doing what I was doing back in India. So of course in India we had workshop, we had people working for us, we had wholesale automotive business, and then coming into Ford, I really started enjoying. Then same within the group, I joined Hyundai, and part of that 7-8 years journey with Jefferson Ford, I have been worked with many brands. So we set up new dealerships as well.
Yeah, and I know about you because we had a bit of a chat before this talking about things, and one thing that, because I always said, like, people have always got these, anyone has got these amazing stories to their life behind them that people just have got no idea about, considering what you do now. So you're an award winner with what you do with your service advising. Tell me about that. So with Hyundai, tell me
Sure.
that
So I was
story. I'm sure people will be
fortunate,
interested.
and I still thanks everyone for the opportunity.
Yeah.
So I was the winner. I was the service advisor of the year in Hyundai. So that
In Australia? Yep.
that first award I won as a regional.
Yep.
So the competition works as you win the regional, then you go to national, and you compete against other service advisors nationally. So that's still within the Hyundai dealership. So I won the regional award. Then I went to national. That's where I won the award as well. So I came national second. And then I was fortunate enough, and I still feel very proud that I represented Hyundai Motor Company Australia on a world scale, on a globally. So we went to South Korea back in 2015, and that's where me and other service advisor from Queensland, we both represented Australia for Hyundai Motor Company on a world level. And again, I was fortunate, and I got number 2 in the world.
Yeah, and I know people who are listening or watching, whatever, that's number 2 in the world.
Number 2 in the
for
world,
Hyundai.
yeah.
That's
So I got
amazing
awarded
result, mate.
number
Amazing.
2 service advisor in the world. And again, all credit goes to everyone, all my staff, all my managers, my Hyundai training manager, Peter Quinn. He has obviously given me a lot of knowledge as well. My service manager at that time, John Sleeman.
There's a lot of credit to everyone, of course. You're a very humble person, I know.
See, that's the thing, Glenn. Success, it's not about just one person's journey. Success is about all those small things, all those small and boring things. As we all know, we keep doing that, and it makes you successful. People see the success. Oh, he's driving a good car. He's got a big house. It's not the case. There's a journey behind that, and only one person cannot achieve the success. It's all about other people helping you, and you help other people as well. And that's the reason why I'm here at Pack and Sand Expo. Why I'm sharing my knowledge on the podium here, because I want to help people as well. Because 10 years back, if no one helped me, then I wouldn't been here. So all my previous staff or managers, they all helped me to grow. And that's the reason. That's what it's all about, success,
Excellent,
right?
excellent. I know you're a very humble person. I've spoken to you many times now. So
Doesn't cost me anything. So.
no. So number 2 in the world for Hyundai as a service advisor. Okay, so now you're a multi-site owner for Pack and Send. When was the transition? Tell me about the
Sure.
reasons why and what
So-
that transition was like.
Yep. So the last job I did, so I worked with Hyundai, then within the brand with Volkswagen, and BMW was my last job as a service advisor. Now that time again, coming back from India and coming from business background, I always had a desire to do a business.
To have your own business.
To have my own business, and I always wanted to do it. And actually, I taken a lot longer to start the business. Honestly, back in 2009, so this is after 3 years coming in Australia, I was really trying hard to get into the business, but family circumstances and first generation migrant generation always struggles, right? You have a lot of things like we come here means you're still setting up your
So
base.
you're still
and all that.
assimilating to the environment, to the marketplace.
Exactly. And I did not wanted to bring any finance or anything back from India, thinking that yes, I want to do everything on my fit, right? And that's where it took me around another 9 years to come to the point where I left my BMW job, which was a really high paid job. I didn't work for about 4 months, and I did not wanted to take the job. Again, no offense with the job.
So you could have gone back to that job, but you
I-
had 4 months, no work.
I could have gone back.
And this is why you were looking for a business.
This is when I was looking for a business, and back in 2017, I was at Franchise Expo and talking to other franchisees about.
So you came to this expo?
I came to this
This
expo
very
as well.
expo in
This
2017.
very expo, yep, exactly. And talking to other people, and those 4 months, I just wanted to give it for myself. I said to my wife Nilam, I said, Nilam, if I don't do it now, I'm not gonna be able to do it ever. And we all have enough regrets in life. I don't want to die with that regret that I haven't been able to do the business. If I fail, I'll fail. If I win, everyone will win. And that was my main theory. Nilam, I wanted my wife Nilam to be in a business as well, to help me. And where we are right now, that's because only one reason, family. Nilam helped me a lot and still helping in the business. But if I didn't had that back support, then it wasn't possible. My kids, they still help me in the business.
They still work in the business?
Yeah, my son
I think when we were
Jainish-
there filming, one of your children was working in the business.
Correct,
Yeah.
yeah. So Jainish is a full-time in a business now. He looks after one side.
Was one at uni when at the time?
He,
I think.
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
at the uni at the time.
I remember you
correct,
saying.
Yes. So that's when I gave 4 months to myself, and again, little pressure about paying bills and all that. So I started driving Uber.
So you're Uber driving
I
at
was
the time?
Uber
Yes,
driver
yes.
as well,
Make
so-
up some extra cash.
Exactly, and that's purely.
So this was all in your decision-making time about
Correct.
researching for a business.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
this is mid 2017. That's when I was that yes, that's it. No more job. I'm doing the business. That's it. Talking to other people, met so many people.
Pretty noisy in here. I'll just make sure that mic's going in your face. Yeah.
So I've been talking to other franchisors, other franchise partners as well. And one day, while surfing on internet, Pack and Send popped up.
Is that fate moment, is it? Destiny?
That was, I still remember, that was around 10:30, 11 p.m.
So you remember the moment that
I remember
you found
the moment.
the
I
business
saw
for
the
you?
Pack and Send popped up. Said, oh, that's something different. Clicked on it. And see, this is what I was looking when I wanted to buy a business or franchisee, that I don't want to do something which I'm not going to enjoy, right? My expertise, yes, automotive industry. I loved about automotive industry, but my background was customer service.
It's quite the leap, really,
I
isn't it, when you think
can't
about
help.
the experience of automotive to jumping into
To
what you
jump
do now?
into, yeah. But the basic stays the same. Automotive, I was helping customers. I was a service advisor, and I love helping customers. And very simple thing I learned, like if you don't look after your customer, someone else will. So it's a very challenging
words.
market. Wise words. It's a very challenging market. So, and I always loved helping people, loved helping, solving problems, or going that extra mile, because we all here for once only, No point of being nasty or anything. Just be very humble, be helpful, and that's what I wanted to keep and that's what I was looking in the business. Looking at pack and send profile, okay, that's ticking all my boxes. I'm not serving 100 customers a day because I was not able to. I thought
Just not a high volume
not
type
a
of
high
business.
volume,
Yep.
but still, my business is still high volume, but as a revenue wise, right? So, but yes, as a pack and send, it's giving me all that pleasure which I was having in my job. And when you do something within, it always makes you successful.
So what was that process like of going through? Let's briefly touch on what it was like when you inquired and you were away and you took the leap and you did it. What was that like? Can you
So I
remember? I'm sure you remember the emotion. If you remember the time you found the ad,
Exactly.
I'm sure you remember what it was like.
Yep. I still remember when inquired. I met with Luke Martin, franchise manager currently.
Yep.
And he was spot on. He provided all the basic information at the first stage. Then I moved on to second stage, got all the more information. And then I had an opportunity to go and see the existing franchisee. I met him, and me and Nilam decided, that's it. We can picture ourselves behind the counter. Now, other thing we did, and I still remember, me and Nilam sitting in the car park exactly opposite to the Pack and Send Cheltenham store before this, buying the Pack and Send Cheltenham and picturizing ourselves and doing the business. And we sat there for about 2-3 hours.
Wow.
And we just wanted to have a
Just
feel.
trying to soak it up. Just wanted to soak it all up.
Just wanted to have a feel, because when I started business, I was the single income earner in family.
Yes.
I wanted to make sure I do it right. But again, I wanted to take a risk as well. And then...
That's excellent. So you did. So you're at Cheltenham, and Cheltenham, is that the first? That's the retail size store you had.
That's the first retail store.
And then you moved out of Cheltenham into a warehouse location. That's where we filmed you. I remember we were talking about the warehouse location and what that was about. So that's one store in. You've got 2020. You got one store.
2020.
Now you've got two more. So you got three all up. So what was the journey?
So 2020 we started that warehouse. Again, missing on a retail section as well, since coming from retail to warehouse. 2021 we had an opportunity came up. Next door in Murabin. I jumped on it. I said, yep, I'm ready to buy. So 2021 we bought a retail store. So now that time I had a good mixture of warehousing and retail as well. So now what we do is, if customer is too big for one store, for a retail store, for a Murabin store, we shift to the Cheltenham, and we execute the bigger jobs from Cheltenham. Then going there, Cheltenham, Murabin for another 1 year, and 2022, another greenfield site opportunity comes up.
So Greenfield, for those who don't know, in franchising is a new site.
New site.
Everyone in franchising refers to their greenfields.
Greenfield,
new store.
So it's a new store. It used to be a store, but for a few years it wasn't there.
Yes.
For some reason. So then I jumped on the greenfield. We started from scratch. That's where we leased another property. And we set up the brand new store at Pack and Send Mount Waverley.
So how do you manage 3 stores?
I don't manage it.
How's it done?
Family manages, staff manages, but yes, it's all about. I centralize a lot of things as well. So we see that's another benefit of having a multi sites. So I can share the resources. I don't have to have 3 vans. I can have 1 van and 1 driver, and who can do the 3 pickups and drop-offs. We do most of the call handling from Cheltenham. That's where I am based. If any bigger inquiries lands, we bring it to the Cheltenham. If staff is not available at one location, we swap the staff as well. So that basically helping a lot within the group.
So the resources shift them through
Resources, yep. Nilam looks after Murabin, my wife, and Jainish is with me at Cheltenham. I'm fortunate we have a very good staff in all 3 stores, and yeah, that's the reason
Excellent.
why we are.
So with that all in mind, so 3 stores, what does the future look like? So
Very
is there
good.
a 4th? Is there
I'm ready for
what's the
it.
plan?
I'm ready for it. There's definitely more coming.
Will they let you have more? Do they let you have more than
I'm
3?
I'm sure. I'll request.
Push the boundaries. You push it.
I'll request. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent.
Keep doing the good thing, and yeah.
Yeah, I know you're an inspiring story. I know when we met you, when we filmed you, 3 years ago, there's a lot of water under the bridge since then, isn't there, through COVID? No, it was great to meet you then. You were inspiring then. You were lovely. You were so helpful. You couldn't do enough for us to help us do what we needed to get done during the day, so it was much appreciated. And,
absolutely.
Nitin, thanks so much for coming on Franchise
Just
Everything.
One thing.
Oh, one more
thing I want to say.
Yes.
general perception in the market is a franchisee buying yourself a job security.
Yeah, that's said
That's
a
what
lot.
people say. Get rid of that thought. Franchisee is not buying yourself a job security. Franchisee is lot more than job security. You can develop the way you want. You got all those resources ready, and you just need to follow the process and systems. System is proven. You can't
In
waste
proven brands, yeah.
proven brands, right? So it's a lot more than job security. There is no limit. Pack and send, I call it no limit business.
Excellent. You're always on message. You're always no
All-
limit. That's excellent, mate. Excellent.
Thank you very
Thank you
much
so
for the
much for joining us, Nitin. It was much appreciated.
Pleasure.
Thank you, mate.
Happy to share.
Thank you. Pleasure.